Breaking free from a narcissist's grasp can be tricky and time-consuming, as healing from narcissistic abuse in itself can take some time. But it is possible, and there are signs to know that you are on the right track or fully free from their stronghold. This is, of course, not what the narcissist wants, but it is essential for our own sanity and peace of mind. So we have to be intentional in our efforts to make each day, week, month, and year better than the one before. Therefore, I have some signs or pointers to help you to know if you have broken the narcissist spell or if you are on your way to regaining control of your peace and happiness. But before we go any further, I would just like to welcome and thank everyone for clicking on this video. For those who are new, my name is Clarice, and this channel is dedicated to exposing narcissists, but also trying to help in whatever small way I can those who have been affected by narcissistic abuse. And today's video is all about regaining control by breaking some strongholds, because a lot of the strongholds we have to deal with are in our minds, and if we can view certain situations differently, it can make a world of difference. So one of the first signs that you are no longer bound by the narcissist is that you do not take the things they say and do to you personally. Because when we realize that narcissists are conditioned to behave or react a certain way in certain circumstances, regardless of who they are dealing with, there is no point taking offense or even taking them seriously. As a result, you remain unfazed or find their antics hilarious. Because although narcissists hate being ignored, they also hate not being taken seriously. So not caring what they get up to and remaining nonchalant despite their many attempts to provoke you, it can really drive them nuts. It speaks volumes to the narcissist that you are simply not interested. You no longer need their validation, and that you are also aware that you are not the problem, because narcissists like to make people believe that something is wrong with them. They want you to think that anything that goes wrong in the relationship is your fault. So coming to the realization that they are the problem and not you is a very important step to becoming emotionally detached from the narcissist and then not taking them and what they do personally. Narcissists want you to be affected by their actions, but when you are able to not let them upset you, frustrate you, or confuse you, it means they will no longer be able to manipulate you. The next sign that you are no longer bound or bothered by the narcissist is when you are able to forgive them. Because when you don't take things personally, it is easier to forgive. But although you forgive, you should not forget. I promote forgiveness as it will do you no good holding bitterness and resentment in your heart towards anyone. But it is important to understand that forgiveness has nothing to do with reconciliation. It has nothing to do with taking back anyone or allowing anyone to hurt you again. It is all about releasing any negative feelings you have and choosing to let go of the offense. And it is easier to do when you accept that the narcissist would hurt anyone, which takes me back to my previous point. Because at the end of the day, the narcissist will keep doing what they do, but we should not let it affect us. The narcissist wants us to stay bitter, angry, sad, depressed, and just miserable. And holding unforgiveness can prevent us from truly moving on. But if we can rise above all that negativity, we win. And the narcissist will realize that they were not able to keep us down. They would realize that our light is shining bright and we have nothing towards them. No hate, no love, just indifference. And because we won't forget who they are and what they really are about, we will put certain measures in place. And this takes me to the third sign that you have broken free from the narcissist's control. And it is the fact that you are able to put some firm boundaries in place. This needs to be done quickly. We don't wait for them to try and hurt us again or weasel their way back into our lives. We put limits in place that will protect us from their toxicity. For some, that can mean going fully no contact, where you block them out of your life completely. Or for others, it might just be limiting contact, where you only speak or see them when necessary, or it can be just banning them from your house. The limits for each person can differ, but something needs to change when you realize you are dealing with a narcissist. So make up your mind to set some strong boundaries and keep them in place. These boundaries will limit the narcissist's access and thus weaken their control. Being able to set boundaries and stick to them shows that you are not afraid of the narcissist and that you are willing to do what it takes to protect your peace. So these are the three most important signs that you are regaining control of your life and your happiness. 1, you no longer care about the narcissist. There is no emotional investment for them to take advantage of. 2, you are able to forgive the narcissist and release any negativity that could be keeping you back. And finally, you are able to set boundaries to keep the narcissist at a distance and prevent any further attacks. These 3 things are what you should aspire to with any narcissistic relationship that are in your past, present, or future. Once you have these down pat, it's now time to focus on yourself, your hobbies, your goals, whatever self-development projects you have. Let those be your focus. Narcissists do not want you to succeed in life, especially if they are not going to benefit from it. So they will do what they can to put you down or distract you. That is why we have to bring the focus home and carry on living our best lives without them. The next thing would be to focus on those people who bring light and love to your life, people who can support and encourage you, people who are honest, empathetic, and respectful. And even if there is no one at the moment in your life like that, it doesn't hurt to walk alone. Actually, sometimes it is safer. But basically, after leaving a narcissistic relationship, we have to focus on solutions, things that will get us back on our feet, and also things that will safeguard us from toxic people. I have more videos that can help with this. Please see this playlist. But that is it for today. I hope you are able to glean something from this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have a blessed week and many thanks for listening.